What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the top ranked Pokemon that are going to be available to use in Go Battle League for the Holiday Cup. As come Monday, the Holiday Cup will be a part of the new rotation. We're going to be seeing Master League Premier Cup, Master League Legacy, and the Holiday Cup, which is going to be really awesome. So the Master League and Master League Premier Cup will allow XL candy or XL boosted Pokemon. So if you guys don't have the resources just yet to compete in that, the Holiday Cup is going to be absolutely amazing for everyone else who just doesn't have the resources for that. So I'm definitely going to be doing that myself, and we're just going to take a look at the rankings for the Holiday Cup today, as obviously it's a new meta because Go Battle League and Pokemon Go are creating these awesome cups. The last time we saw the Halloween Cup, which was a lot of fun. Really great diverse meta. This one as well is looking pretty awesome, and what's great as well with this meta is that there are a lot of Pokemon that you can invest in for this cup that will transcend to open Great League as well, so your dust isn't wasted. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to let me know down in the comments what Pokemon are you guys looking forward to using in the Holiday Cup, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so starting things off, I definitely think the top 5 right here are Pokemon you guys can invest in that will obviously transcend to open Great League, and it's interesting that Altaria is at number 1. We know Altaria is a fantastic flyer, really dominant, like Altaria and Skarmory, the 1 and 2 flyers in Great League, and as we see, it has great coverages here on the meta in the Holiday Cup. But what's really interesting is there are so many counters to an Altaria. We have Ice Pokemon, we have Rock Pokemon, we have Electric Pokemon. I know it does neutral because of the Dragon Flying, right? But there's a lot of good counters out there, right? Double Legacy Dugong, Frostlass, Snowy Castform, Abomasnow, Alolan Sandslash. So even though Altaria is up here at number 1, there are going to be a lot of counters out there, so you're definitely going to have to watch out. Now, next up, we got 2 fighters right here. Not fighters in their typing, but fighters with their fast move. That's going to be the counter with Vigoroth and Obsegoon. Vigoroth is hands down one of the best safe swaps in Open Great League as a fantastic generalist. So this is one of those Pokemon, if you guys don't have yet, you definitely want to look to get. Maybe look for some trades and line this thing up, because with counter Body Slam and Bulldoze, you can handle a lot of the meta. You can handle the tanks that will be taking out Altaria, right? Abomasnow, Alolan Sandslash, Graveler, they're all going to be weak to counter. On top of that, Body Slam spam is really oppressive, especially when you're ahead on energy. And with that Bulldoze, you can pick up things like Alolan Mirak right here. So if we see this fight, Alolan Mirak will be taking 54% of its health from a Bulldoze, which is really nice. So yeah, Vigoroth, definitely a solid pick. These two, Altaria, Vigoroth right there, are going to be a great duo as well. If you lead with an Altaria, maybe a Vigoroth on the safe swap, and maybe Alolan Mirak in the back to cover, right, to help hard cover the Alolan Sandslash and whatnot. Next up, we have Obsigun. So Obsigun is a really interesting choice when it comes to fighting Pokemon because of counter, because it's also double weak to fighting type moves, right? Because of the dark normal typing here. Again, picks up a lot of the same stuff, but you do lose to Vigoroth because Vigoroth will only take 1 time super effective, while Obsigun will take double super effective because of the typing right here. But with Night Slash Cross Chop, you can really handle a lot of the meta. I don't know if you necessarily need Gunk Shot right here, because it's not really going to do it too much. I mean, maybe you pick up the Wigglytuff right here if you can land a Gunk Shot, obviously, but I think with Night Slash and Cross Chop, you're going to be able to handle a lot of the meta. You will lock down Alolan Mirak and the tanks basically that take out Altaria. So maybe you could have top 3 right here, use Vigoroth as safe swap, and let Obsigun sweep endgame. That could be a team right here. Next up, we have Diggersby, and Diggersby XL. That means utilizing XL candy to power it up beyond level 40. And right here, it's first of all going to be an amazing Pokemon. We already know it's super strong, super bulky in the Great League, and if you guys haven't invested in it yet, this is a great opportunity to catch them because they are in the wild. I actually haven't checked today with the new holiday event out if they're still out there, but I know they've been out for like the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks basically, so if you've been able to catch them and have enough candy to power it up, that'll be awesome. But a normal Diggersby as well will still be pretty good at 17 overall. But mine, I'm looking forward to using like a hybrid, so it's going to power up to like level 44.5 basically, because I just don't have enough XL candy, right? What's great about this is with Mudshot. So this is basically a mini version of Groudon with Mudshot, Fire Punch, Earthquake. You can handle a lot of the meta, put a lot of pressure, and really cover some of those Ice-type Pokemon that we will be seeing, that being like Frostlass and Alolan Sandslash. Yes, because of your ground typing, you will be taking super effective damage right back, but you can spam Fire Punches and really put pressure. Now, you have to watch out for Altaria, right? Altaria is going to be resisting both Fire Punch and Earthquake, but this is where you could get a little spicy. Instead of running Earthquake, you could potentially run a Hyper Beam. If we take a look at the matchup right here against Altaria, you'll see that because of the dragon flying typing, they're gonna resist Earthquake and Fire Punch. But if we were to change Earthquake to Hyper Beam now does 54.7% of Altaria's health. So that could be a really spicy pickup right there. You're gonna lose your hard coverage to Alolan Mirak because you can't land Earthquakes. But still, if they decide to swap out and utilize this as safe swap, you could Hyper Beam something, right? How awesome would landing a beam be? Next up, we got Frostlass. Frostlass is, again, one of those super solid safe swap Pokemon. You can utilize it with Powder Snow, or Hex on the safe swap, both of which are great. It all depends on what coverage you want and what you're likely going to be seeing coming in, because they do have basically the same energy gain. Now, you want to run Avalanche, and Shadow Ball does have access to Crunch, but Shadow Ball is stab and it's going to do a lot more neutral damage than Crunch would in certain matchups. Plus, it'll still do super effective to Pokemon like Alolan Mirak. So you can handle the Altaria, you can handle the Diggersby and Abomasnow. So this is looking to be a very, very nice safe swap. You obviously have to watch out for an Alolan Mirak that would come in and farm. It can get a lot of energy on you and really just mirror shields based on what you shield. But that's what that Shadow Ball is for, is to force a shield on them, get shield advantage, and come in with a hard cover right there. So these top 5, I for sure think, if you guys don't have them yet, these are great opportunities to invest in them. You guys can hatch the Galarian Zigzagoons, you guys can catch the Diggersby, you guys can probably trade for Vigoroth because I don't think it's a part of the spawn pool right now. Altaria as well is super accessible, and Frostlass, you guys should definitely be catching those right now. So next up, I think Snowy Castform, I think I might pass. I think Frostlass will do a better job, plus it's a pretty steep investment, but hey, if you guys want to use Snowy Castform, by all means. We got a really spicy pick here with Alolan Graveler. It has access to Volt Switch, Stone Edge, and Rock Blast. Definitely going to be covering the flyers right here, so Skarmory, Altaria, as well as picking up Alolan Mirak because it has access to Rock-type moves, right, doing super effective damage. But you will be losing pretty dang hard to the counter users that we see at the top of the meta. Next up, we have Alolan Mirak, an absolute monster in the Great League. Even though it's not ranked too high overall, you guys know I love it. It is awesome, and it can still handle some of these Pokemon as well. Fire Spin, Shadow Bone, Bone Club looks to be a pretty solid moveset. You can obviously change that around. You guys can go with Shadow Ball, Bone Club. You guys could go with Shadow Bone, Fire Blast. You guys know the versatility of this moveset. Just make sure you're using either Fire Spin or Hex. Fire Spin is going to be for those hard covers to Ice-type Pokemon to be able to farm them down, so something like an Abomasnow that may swap in. Hex is going to be utilized more on safe swap to get energy quicker and be able to throw Fire Blast, Shadow Bones, Shadow Balls, etc. So yeah, Alolan Mirak obviously going to be a super solid Pokemon. Next up, we have Skarmory, staple of the Great League. If you guys don't have a Skarmory yet, this is the time to get one. It's going to be great in this cup because it's only going to be taking neutral from ice, which is really nice. So whereas Altaria is pretty oppressive to all of these like normal types and basically everything you hear other than the hard counters, Skarmory can kind of take neutral from them when it comes to the ice type move, so it can still put on a hurt right here. You guys want to be running Air Slash, Brave Bird, and Sky Attack. You could run Flash Cannon potentially, but I don't think it'll really cover any extra matches that Brave Bird or Sky Attack couldn't already cover for you in this meta. So yeah, definitely Skarmory. It's been a staple on my teams that I get to rank 10 in previous seasons, and it's a super strong pick. Next up, we have Magnezone, both Magnezone and Magnezone Shadow. Magnezone is definitely a strong Pokemon. I think it's better utilized in Ultra League and Master League. That's where I think it really, really shines. In the Great League, it's okay, and we'll see some play with it here. And that's because of the ability to just spam Wild Charges. So you're going to be covering the Flyers, and with Mirror Shot as well, you're going to be picking up some of those Rock-type Pokemon like Alolan Grappler. You obviously have to watch out for Fighting-type moves and Fire-type moves, which is why you guys are seeing the Vigoroth, Alolan Mirak, Obsigun, etc. on the side right there. But you can still hit pretty hard with Wild Charge to these, except for Diggersby, who will be resisting because of that ground typing. As you can see, we're just going down the list. A lot of really strong Pokemon in this meta, everyone. I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a first glance. If you guys haven't researched yet, this is going to be a really fun meta. There's a lot of unique Pokemon that can be used, and just because you guys may not have or don't want to use some of these top Pokemon doesn't mean some of these other ones can't be used, right? Gavantula, we obviously know that thing is extremely strong. It's going to cover, it's going to put a hurt. Abomasnow as well. Talonflame is going to be really interesting. I'm hoping to get enough candy to be able to try that out for you guys as well, because it has access to Fire Spin, Brave Bird, and Flame Charge, which is super awesome moveset right there. And then yeah, there's just so many other great Pokemon here that you guys could run. Sableye as well is in here, Sableye XL, which is pretty interesting to see. So again, this meta I think is kind of wide open, and that's why I think don't pay too much attention, or you gotta account for, right, when it comes to Altaria, Vigoroth, Obsigun. You want to have counters for these, but I don't think Altaria is going to absolutely destroy everything, because there's so many covers to it in a lot of different ways that takes different super effective damage from different types of Pokemon, right? So you could run Frostlass or Alolan Graveler or Magnezone or Wigglytuff, all of which have different weaknesses and different coverages, but all of which can beat Altaria. So don't worry too much about that. Now, if you guys didn't know, at the top here, I don't think you can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it. You guys can change to different rankings based on like leads. What's going to be the best lead potentially on wins? And it's showing that Alolan Graveler, Alolan Marowak are looking really strong on the lead, or closers, Pokemon who have no shields in play. That's going to be something like a Reggie Ice or a Frostlass or a Raikou Shadow. And then switches as well. This is great, and this is why I said Vigoroth, Frostlass are amazing safe swaps. They do so well when they're ahead on energy, because they can hit neutral or super effective against most of the meta, and there's not a lot that can fully resist them, especially like Frostlass right here. If Shadow Ball is resisted because of a normal or a dark typing, Avalanche is going to do neutral, and it's still going to put a massive hurt on whatever comes in. So that's why I said these guys are going to be fantastic safe swaps, and you guys will likely be seeing these on safe swaps for sure in the Holiday Cup here. So that is going to be the best Pokemon here that you guys have seen. Again, if you guys haven't looked yet, be sure to head over to pvpoke.com. This is where you guys can check out the rankings, see what's used, and don't worry, we will be diving into this more with team building video. I think on Sunday we're going to be doing practice battles and whatnot, so you guys can start to be fully prepared to see what Pokemon work well together that you guys can bring to Go Battle League. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.